Hey, what's good? I just got these new headphones and they're so good. I feel so bougie. First, it was the Fiji water like a few weeks ago, and now it's the headphones, so you know we moving up. But anyways, hey, welcome to This, and That with Sophia. So, how y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing good. This week has been pretty stressful, overwhelming. That's my little mini rant. I don't want to carry on with what's happening in my life, but yeah, that's a little insight of what's been going on. Hope you guys are doing good though. I hope you guys are enjoying the last few episodes of this, and that. The first time we talked about a Q&A, getting to know it was the biggest one. We have like over 200 views, which is so great, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And then we talked about the pandemic, which is a big thing. It's still going on right now. And then we talked about TV shows and movies of my liking. I wrote it part 1 because, we might talk about more stuff. Who knows? But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I know I am. I mean, who doesn't love talking on a microphone for like 30 minutes? Like, I can't complain, But yeah, so we're here again with episode 4, and today we are going to be talking about, if you guessed it, social media. Because social media, I don't even know. Social media just plays a big part in today's society nowadays, especially since we're in like at home and not in school or whatever the case may be. But yeah, we're going to get into it. So today's topic is going to be social media and what things are social media, and anything has to do with social media. So we all know, I know a lot of people have social media. Obviously the little kids don't have social media, but I was gonna say I don't really know a lot of people who don't have it. There's different types everywhere around the world now. There's like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, WhatsApp, whatever, Messenger, all those other ones. There's probably more, but I don't use them. But yeah, I know a lot of people. Obviously you guys probably know more about social media, since I know most of you guys probably have it. Yeah, we be seeing the photos on Instagram, liking them, commenting, So what is social media? Obviously this is just like a redundant thing. Obviously we know what social media is, but it's like a website or an application or a reach out, anything that users can create, share, like, comment, anything on content, or just to be in the social media social network, because like all social media is not just all fun and games and just putting things there so your friend can watch it and all kinds of things. Some of them are used for like businesses and things for like in the future things, like everything that you put on social media, everyone says this, but is always going to be coming up back into your future. So like there's a lot of things out there that you put out there and it can always come in your future, whether it's in college, whether it's for a job application, anything, that's always up there. But yeah, so anything that can basically create content, share content, like content, anything, technically I'm using social media by recording this and putting it on YouTube. People can like, share, comment, all things up there. And so before I continue, I have a little self promo, because why not? Now that we're talking about social media, you should definitely go follow me at official Sophia with an F Michelle. I'm putting up new content there just in case of new updates about this and that, if you want to continue with that. I also have recently made a page for this and that the podcast, which is also at this and that podcast altogether. You should definitely go follow that. Look for more of the things. I recently put snippets of episode 1 and 2 up there, and just following up with what's going to be happening in the future, because my plan is to grow this into something bigger. I might include some guest speakers. I might do other things with, like, you know, the photo or the poster picture up there, or maybe include new music in the background. I recently am decorating the studio room that I am right now, which sounds kind of echoey. I don't know if you hear it, but I recently put lights in the background, which makes it really good, and I'm waiting to make it better, so when we actually have guest speakers, it'll look nice when the camera's on. Because yes, the camera will be on with guest speakers, which makes it even better, because you probably are like, who the heck is talking behind this, like, picture, you know? But yes, I am redecorating the room to make it look nice and safe and familiar. And you know, it's like I'm doing the best I can. So like I want this to grow. It's not like a project for 5 weeks and then I'm done with it, you know? We want to continue this. I actually want to see how it goes the older I grow up. Like I actually want to see how it started as a 16-year-old and then continuing growing up, and like by the time I'm like 25, I'm just like, wow, look where I came from and look where I am now, you know? That's gonna be a really cool thing. But I can't think about it right now because I'm still trying to enjoy my teenage years. But yeah, so definitely go follow that. It will also be in the description below. So we'll just get right into what is it good for. Obviously, besides sharing, creating content, and liking people's pictures, it has to be good for something, or then we wouldn't have made it. We probably would have not have any technology like this for social media, and probably still be like in the 1990s, 2000s, where like social media hasn't really evolved as much as it is now, you know. But why? What is it good for? Like, why are we using it now? Why is it getting so popular? Well, number one is to share content you relate to or like, you know, like the I'm trying to think, the things that I share, you know, like I always like the stuff and I share them and I keep them and I save them. And then like there's these nights where I'll be in my mom's room and we're just there together, and I'll go through my saved stuff on Instagram and just be like, hey Ma, look at this is funny, let me show you this reel, let me show you this person, let me show you what this is. And like we'll just have a fun time there because I found those things funny, I found those things impressing, you know. Like it's all those things, you know, sharing content and everything. Same thing with YouTube. My dad recently told me that usually, I know you guys probably know this, but for your recommended, you click one video that you like, and then the next day you get like 5,000 other videos of the same type of content with different creators, and you're like, where did this come from? I just clicked the one video that was like this, you know? So like people are always keeping up to date on what you like to watch. We recently started watching this documentary that we didn't finish called The Social Dilemma, and it showed how there's a lot of technology behind all these applications and stuff, where if you go somewhere, they'll recognize the computer, or like the technological basis will recognize what you're doing, and it'll continue giving you more stuff like that to get your attention, which is kind of cool but kind of scary at the same time because you're basically getting stalked. But I'm not trying to scare nobody, but it kind of got me. I was like, dang, so like somebody's stalking what I'm doing, you know? But the next thing is like keeping up to date on events. Like it's good, social media is good for keeping up to date to events in the world, you know, like real life events, what's happening now, like with the whole inauguration. If you guys watched it, like that was all over social media a couple weeks ago, and it still is. Like, you know, Biden's president now, obviously he's going to be in the spotlight more, and the whole things that are happening all over the internet, whether it's memes, because those are going to continue going on for who knows how long, and like other things from creators and stuff, you know. Another thing that it's good for is stalking. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't stalk. But obviously, like keeping up with friends and family that you don't see regularly, and that's been happening a lot now because obviously we don't go to school, we don't go to work. Some people do, but of course a lot of us don't see our friends regularly as we used to. Like I always used to go to my classroom like freshman and sophomore year. I would see my friends in that class, and even the people who aren't in my class, I would still see them in the hallway, and I would still like talk to them, you know, because I would always see them anywhere I would go. But now it's like we don't go anywhere. Technically we're not supposed to. It's not good to go outside, and we barely see our friends and family like socially involved, you know. And so that's another thing social media is good for, you know, not just to stalk your friends or whatever, or your latest crush, but like also to like make sure like, hey, let me see how my friend's doing, or like let me call them, or let me like this up because maybe they're feeling you know, kind of lonely that they can't talk to anybody. So like, another thing that it's good for is like, playing games, having fun, all kinds of things, for calling, FaceTiming, especially now. Like before, like FaceTime is a huge thing now. I was saying this in an interview before that I used to never know what Zoom was. All honesty, like Scout's honor, like I did not know what Zoom was at all until now recently when the pandemic happened. Now everybody's using it, especially Google Meets too. I had no idea Google had that. And so now we're using it regularly. So like all these things are coming into play, especially everything on the technology side, because like I never knew what that was, and now I'm using it every day. Another thing that's good for social media is talking to everybody, keeping up to date, but along with social media and the good things that are coming to play, there's also some bad things, and I think we all know what they are. And like, obviously we're not all innocent in life, we're human. So like, no judgment free zone. This is a judgment free zone, so like, you do whatever you want, nobody's gonna judge you, that's all you. But something that's not good on social media is like stalking, your little boyfriend, your little girlfriend, your little crush, your anything that involves with lovers and anything, because you're so much more worth than that. You're worth so much more than that. Like, obviously social media is going to be there for many purposes, but like stalking anybody that you like is not for your well-being. Like, you're worth way more than that. You deserve way more than that if you're stalking somebody. Like, obviously check up on your friends and family, check up on whoever you like, check up on whoever you don't like, but like stalking them and make sure like their life is way worse than yours, like, come on now. Like, social media was not made for that. Chill. And no, I'm not subbing nobody, but like literally, because like obviously people do it when they mad or when they just want to check up on somebody that they used to talk to, they used to listen to, whatever. But like, it's not a good thing. You know what I'm talking about. What also it's not good for is staying on it for hours and getting addicted to it. I know a lot of people, especially teenagers in high school, and probably middle schoolers too, but we all know, and you guys are probably nodding your head, that y'all be staying up until 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning on a school day, and being on your phones, talking to whoever, playing whatever, and then you're just like up there until like in the morning, and then going to school with like 3 hours of sleep. And if you're one of those people who are nodding their heads and laughing, because I'm definitely describing you, yeah, that's not good. Obviously it would be fun to do it with friends, obviously on a weekend, but like, you're not supposed to be doing that mad late at night. Another thing is not good for is inappropriate things. Obviously, like I said, you do what you need to do, no judgment free zone. But obviously there's many things in social media that are good, and many things on social media that are not good, and we're not going to talk about the not good stuff, but there's plenty of good things out there that you can enjoy. Like, go ahead, pop off. But like, there's always two sides of social media. Like, it's always some things that are good, some things that are funny, and then some things that are definitely not. Like, no. Another thing that's not good for you is like, you might get lazy and unproductive. I'm gonna laugh because that's totally me. I'll be sitting in my room for like a good hour and a half, 2 at the most, just sitting there scrolling on Instagram, looking what else I gotta look for, going on the website or on the internet, on Google, to search up things, texting to my friends. I barely talk to people, so I can't say call, but I'll just be there for a good few hours and just like totally not want to do anything. Like, I could tell you how many times like I've been talked that like, you didn't do your chores, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, I just honestly, 1, I don't want to do them, but like obviously like 2, I was on there for a long time, which is not a good thing. But like, like, I don't know, it's obviously something about social media or something just about devices in general just make you stick, which obviously is not a good thing. You don't want to get addicted to it, because that's also not a good thing. But there's many people who have gotten lazy and not wanting to do anything and just stay in bed, and also like just not being productive. You know, like sometimes people are on their phones for hours and not even doing something that can benefit them. Like I'm always on the screen for like many hours besides school, but only because I'm doing my virtual rehearsal for Fame Junior, a co-op, or maybe because I'm doing a Stay Squad program at Long Wharf virtually, or maybe I'm doing a meeting. Like, you know, at least I'm being productive on social media, on Zoom, on the screen, you know. But there's some people who just don't do that, and I'm just like, what are you doing with your life? Like, I mean, like I said, do you? But like, you know, you have a future. Everything depends on you and what you want to do. And if sitting on your phone for hours is going to help you in your future, go ahead. Like I said, like there's people who are gamers and they be sitting on their butt for like hours playing the same game over and over again trying to get the best score. And if that's what you want to do, by all means keep doing what you want to do. But like if it's not going to benefit you, then like what's the point? You know, it's going to hurt your future. And I'm still trying to do that to this day. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm calling you out, but like I'm not perfect either. Like I'll be on my phone doing absolutely nothing knowing that I have stuff to do. And so like I'm even trying to like establish a foundation, a schedule, because like it's really hard for me to do things because I'd rather be in bed doing what I want to do instead of the things I need to do. And lastly, like it's not good for your eyes and your well-being because, you know, being on the screen for many hours, like I said before, is not the best thing. I remember, well, for me, I'll use a personal example. I don't have the best eyesight. So, for people who know me, like Betsy Ross type people, if you're listening, they'll know me that I had glasses before. Which isn't a bad thing, like obviously, but like as I grew up, like I was like, hey, I should get contacts, and like I begged my mom basically for contacts after not wanting them for a while. And so I got them now, but still, like, doesn't mean the contacts are going to be helping my eyes just like that, you know. So now being in school and doing other activities virtually, obviously it's going to hurt my eyes more. And anybody else out there who know, like sometimes your eyes are gonna get tired, and you're just gonna get tired in general. But yeah, it's like not good for your well-being just sitting there watching so many things. Like, you know, you gotta take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, take care of your emotional health, like everything like that. The only exception that I'll let you stay for like a couple hours, or I advise you for a couple of hours on the phone, is to listen to my podcast, because, you know, why not? Like, duh. You can do it while you working out. You can do it while you eating. Like, that's the only exception I'll give you if you're gonna be in your phone for like 3 hours. Like, you can listen to my podcast for 3 hours. I'll take that. But yeah, so like, you know, be careful with that. Like, there's a lot to think about. In that moment, you don't really think about how it's going to hurt you in the future, because obviously you're just there for your enjoyment, for your entertainment, and you're just there in the moment. But then after, you gotta think about, like, you know, like my dad is always telling me, like, you're always on the phone, or siempre en el teléfono, like doing nothing. And he's like, I remember before I would be outside right now playing soccer with my friends, or I would be going places, now on my phone. And I'm just like, I know, but like the generation is different now. And he's like, still, like, you know, I wish I can go back to how when you were your age, and, you know, just do what I had to do. And like, you know, he's like, I'm older now, I still try to do things, but like it's hard for me to do it. And I'm just like, I know. And he's like, you know, take that time for your future, you know, like take as much time as you can, especially now as a teenager. And I know, me, my stubborn self, I'll be like, yeah, okay. But now thinking about it, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, he's right, you know. The future is a big thing, and it's not going to slow down. It's going to continue with or without you. So like, that's another thing you have to think about. But, you know, obviously social media is fun to use, no matter what you use, no matter how you use it, where you use it. But like, sometimes you just have to put it down and sometimes enjoy the pleasantness of being with your family and your friends, you know. Like, nowadays I start finding myself being more antisocial, I guess. I don't like talking to people as much, and I just like to stay in my room sometimes, just be by myself, thinking about myself, obviously on social media, and just doing things like that. But I spend more time now. I found myself spending more time with my family. Like now me and my dad start doing puzzles at night because after using my phone, like start doing puzzles, start doing something else. With my mom, like she was teaching me how to do some couple recipes and stuff like that. Like I try to spend time as much as I can, call my friends when I feel like it, because sometimes I really don't want to talk to anybody, but that's just me. And like just do things with other people besides being on my phone all the time or using my phone as a personal resource. Also, like, focus on yourself. Like, I know mental health is important, and I'm telling you as like a fellow teenager. Like, you know, I'm not old. Like, I'm not a teacher who's gonna tell you to take care of mental health. I'm a teenager telling you, probably another teenager or so, to take care of your mental health as well, you know, or anybody, in fact. Like, listening to, I always try to take care of myself mentally, physically, and everything. Like, I gotta start working out again, but we're not gonna talk about that. I know probably Jacob is probably listening to this, but yeah, I'm kind of mad because he be going to the gym without me, but we're not gonna talk about that. But I'm just like, I have to go back into my schedule, try to do things, you know. And so like I encourage that, you know, focus on yourself, you know, focus on your well-being. You know, life is much more than just on a screen, you know. Obviously, me saying that is kind of weird because my life is going to be on a screen, hopefully, fingers crossed, as an actress. But like, obviously, it's much more than just on a screen. Life is so broad, Earth is so big. It's not flat as we've known for the past years, or centuries rather. There's so much things to do outside, and so many things to look more than just in a screen. Because, like, you know, value those things that you have in your life instead of just being on the technology all the time. Social media will only take you so far. It really will. I know a lot of us are wanting to be like, I want to be social media famous, Instagram famous, Snapchat famous, all types of things. Obviously, I always tell myself that hopefully like I'll get a couple more followers, but like, you know, social media only take you so far in life. It's not going to help you in some things, and it might hurt you in other things, you know. It can give you so many things if you want to start a business. Like I know my friend Debbie, if you're hearing this, shout out to Debbie. She has an Instagram, and she also has a nail Instagram as well. And I'll also put it in the description if you want to follow her. It's not a self-promo, she didn't tell me to do that, but I like it because, like, you know, she's doing something with her talent, you know, like has a social media page for her nails and what she does, which is really cool. I know that people too who have businesses out there who are trying to get their things out. Like with my friend Robin, like she wants to be like a baker when she gets older. And starting now, like I just bought some things on Christmas. I got her little hot cocoa bombs, which was really good, not gonna lie. But like, you know, there's many people out there that social media can help you with those businesses, with those things. Like I'm using social media, another page for this podcast. So like there's many things that it can help you, but it can also hurt you because, like, okay, we all know this whole thing that's happening with Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter, Joshua Bassett, which we're not about to go, but we can always rant about it next episode. But like, you know, all this thing is happening. Like obviously they're getting more attention, but like who knows like what can happen after that. Like, you know, so many things. One little fight can literally end your social media career, like as an influencer. Like literally one little thing, the littlest thing can like just hurt you in the end. Like it's just so weird. Like I don't remember exactly in my head right now, but I remember something happened with Charli D'Amelio and she lost mad followers. I don't remember for what, but you know, like the littlest thing can really hurt you in the end. And it's just like you worked so hard for this, and then the one thing you do wrong, people are going to come for you and then just be like, nah, that's it, I'm not following her no more. So like, you know, you got to be attentive of what you're gonna do on social media. And like lastly, like if you have a dream, do something about it. Be productive about it. Like, you know, like I said, social media can only take you so far. Everything else needs to be made and worked hard on, you know. Work hard in school, work hard and doing what you love. Don't just sit there and think, oh, if I'm gonna sit here for this many hours, it's going to happen just like that. Like obviously sometimes it works, sometimes it's just a matter of luck, sometimes it's just a matter of waiting. But like other things is that there's many people who are trying the effort to work hard and doing what they love, and then they're doing it, and sometimes they might not get the opportunity. Like I know so many people who just do one little thing and like they don't even work hard for it, and then they get all this attention, minus the people who work so hard and put so much effort in something and they barely get enough what they do. So like if you have a dream, like work for it. You can use social media, of course, do that. Definitely, that can definitely give you more publicity if you need it. But at the same time, work for it and not just put all your advantages and opportunities in social media. You could take social media as an advantage. Go ahead. Like I'm doing it. Many other people are doing it. But like it also takes hard work and determination and just being brave and taking risks of what you want to do. I know my friend Eli. He's always one of my biggest supporters on this. He has this studio, Blessed Studios, and he wants to become like a music editor, making beats, producer type thing. I'm not really into like the music field like that, so like I don't know the word, but like we talked before, and he was like, I'm trying to chase my dream. I'm trying to do what it is. Before, people used to make fun of me for it, used to like hurt me because of it, but now I'm just gonna stay with my head held high, work hard for it, and now he's building up that. And I'm proud for him. If you listen to this, I'm proud of you. Like, do what you need to do to gain your dreams and be productive, and don't let other people tell you. That's the other thing about social media. Like social media can definitely help you. Like I have so many people who are commenting like, oh my god, you're so beautiful, oh my god, that's so great, I'm going to follow, I'm going to do this, that is amazing, you look really cute in this thing. And I'm just like, thank you, like that's the support, thank you. But at the same time, there's going to be other people where I haven't had any like that yet, and hopefully I never will. But who knows, people are always very mean online and just saying very rude comments and bullying online. And that can also hurt somebody. As long as, like Eli, as long as you just don't like let that affect you and just push forward. Like I always had people all the time who were like come to me and be like, some people would be like, you're so nice, the thing you're doing with your podcast is amazing, like you inspire many people. And that like makes me feel so good about myself, because I'm putting so much effort into this, and I want to take you guys on this journey. And hearing all that just makes me feel good about myself, knows that I'm doing the right thing. But then at the same time, people could be talking about different things, saying, oh, why is she doing that? Oh, she just wants to get more followers, or she wants to do this, she's not good at that, she might not have a nice voice, she might not know how to do that. And like, who knows, it could be happening, it could be not, I don't know. But like, I always tell myself, people are going to talk no matter what you do, so might as well do it. And if they talk, oh well, that's just their thing, not mine. It's not my fault. I was talking to somebody the other day that sometimes it's not going to be your fault, it's going to be their fault, but you just continue knowing that it's not your fault. Obviously, if something happens and it is your fault, you better take the blame, because no. But like, if it's definitely not, like, do what you gotta do. People are going to talk regardless. So yeah, social media, it's a big concept. There's a lot of things in it. I kind of crunched it down as much as I can, but it's a big thing. It can definitely help you, can definitely hurt you. It might not do anything for you, It all depends on what you do, because people are going to take it one way or the other, and you just got to be careful with that. But all I gotta say is that social media can definitely help you go somewhere, and it's very good nowadays too, because like obviously look what's happening now with COVID. Like we're all online doing things, emails, Zoom, Google Meets, like all types of things to stay in contact, so it is helping us genuinely, like it is. But we just have to be very vigilant what we're doing. And yeah, basically that's my little thing. I didn't want to take too much time, because I know y'all probably know that I rant a lot. I have always something in my mind, which I try so hard not to happen. But that's basically social media, or this episode in a crunch time, like in a nutshell, basically. But if you ever want to hear more about it, like, there's always the internet. Like I'm saying, like, everything is on the internet. So like, if you ever want to know more about it, there's always Google. There's always things where you can search up and know more about it. I recommend the movie or the documentary, even though I didn't finish it yet, Social Dilemma. And there's so many other things online that can help you. But this is basically the end of episode 4 of This, and That. Everything will be in my description, including my Instagram, the podcast Instagram, my friend Debbie's Instagram, and everything there too. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, and stay tuned for episode 5. Bye.